Have you ever felt like there are certain things in life that keep bothering you, no matter how hard you try to avoid them? Whether it's the people around you, unexpected events, or even your own emotions, it can sometimes feel impossible to maintain your calm and inner peace. But what if there was a way to achieve serenity where nothing could truly affect you? Stoic philosophy isn't just an ancient set of teachings. It's a practical guide to help you master your emotions, stay composed, and stop letting life's uncontrollable elements dictate your state of mind. Let's explore 10 lessons to help you do just that. Let's begin. 1. The illusion of control. How often do we find ourselves frustrated, upset, or anxious because things aren't going the way we plan? Whether it's a missed opportunity, an unexpected setback, or someone else's actions, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking we can control everything around us. But here's the truth: control is mostly an illusion. Stoic philosophy teaches us that we can only control our own actions, not the events or people around us. Epictetus said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This is a crucial Stoic lesson. We don't control the world, but we can control how we engage with it. When things don't go as planned, our first instinct may be to try and force outcomes or change what's happening. But this only leads to frustration. Instead, Stoicism teaches us to focus on how we respond, rather than trying to control the uncontrollable. Think about it. How many times have you gotten angry or upset because you couldn't control a situation? Maybe someone was rude or plans fell through. The real power, according to Stoicism, comes when we accept that some things are out of our hands, and instead of fighting them, we choose how to respond with grace and calm. By focusing on our own reactions rather than trying to control the world around us, we regain our peace and strength. 2. Mastering patience. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to lose your patience when things aren't going your way? It's so tempting to get frustrated when things take longer than expected or when people don't meet our expectations. But here's the Stoic truth. Patience is not just about waiting, it's about how we carry ourselves during the wait. Stoicism teaches us that we don't have to be in control of the timing, but we can control our reaction to the delay. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." When we lose patience, we allow external circumstances to control us, instead of staying calm and focused on what we can influence. Patience, from a Stoic perspective, is the ability to endure discomfort without letting it affect your peace of mind. Think about it. When you're stuck in traffic or waiting in line, do you allow those moments to make you angry? Or do you see them as an opportunity to practice calm and self-control? Patience is a skill that we develop through small moments of discomfort. Every time you stay calm, you strengthen your ability to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. The Stoic approach is clear. When things don't go as planned, don't fight against it. Embrace the moment and use it as a chance to reflect and practice patience. It's not about the situation, it's about how you handle yourself in that moment. By mastering patience, you create space for peace, allowing yourself to navigate life's challenges with more grace and less stress. 3. Accepting the unchangeable. How often do we spend our energy fighting against things that can't be changed? Whether it's a setback at work, someone's behavior, or a situation we have no control over, it's easy to get caught in the trap of frustration. Stoic philosophy teaches us a simple yet powerful lesson. Accept what you cannot change and focus on what you can. It's not about giving up. It's about freeing ourselves from the unnecessary struggle of trying to control the uncontrollable. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is a core Stoic principle. We often waste our energy trying to change things, or people who simply aren't going to change. The Stoic approach is to recognize when something is out of our control and accept it, rather than resist it. The act of acceptance doesn't mean we like the situation. It means we've chosen to respond with wisdom and serenity, instead of wasting our emotional resources on frustration. Think about it. When life throws a curveball, how do you respond? Do you fight against the situation, or do you pause and accept that it's beyond your control? By accepting the unchangeable, you stop giving away your peace to circumstances. You focus on what you can control, like your attitude, your response, and your actions. This shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating. Acceptance doesn't mean you don't strive for better or work to change what's within your power. It simply means that you choose to conserve your energy and focus on what truly matters, your peace of mind and your ability to act with clarity and purpose. By embracing what you can't change, you create space for growth, wisdom, and tranquility. 4. Detaching from others' judgments. It's natural to want to be liked and appreciated, but have you ever noticed how much emotional energy we give away when we focus too much on what others think of us? We've all been there, feeling hurt, angry, or frustrated because someone criticized us or didn't appreciate something we did. But here's the Stoic wisdom. Other people's judgments should never define your self-worth. Stoicism teaches us that the only true measure of value comes from within, not from the opinions of others. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "Don't waste time on what others think of you. The only thing that matters is how you act." This isn't to say you should ignore feedback or become insensitive, but rather that you shouldn't let the judgments of others sway your emotions or decisions. The Stoic response is to detach from the need for approval and to focus on living with integrity. Think about the last time someone's judgment or opinion made you feel bad about yourself. How much of that feeling was because you gave away your power by caring too much about what they thought? The Stoics encourage us to reflect on the fact that what others think of us is not our responsibility. It's theirs. You can't control how others perceive you, but you can always control how you perceive yourself. By detaching from others' judgments, you free yourself to live authentically and true to your values. You stop being a slave to the external world and start focusing on what truly matters: your peace, your growth, and your actions. When you let go of the need for external validation, you reclaim your inner peace and begin to live with a sense of freedom and confidence that isn't dependent on the approval of others. 5. Letting go of negative emotions. How often do we hold on to negative emotions, anger, resentment, or sadness, long after the event that caused them? It's tempting to carry these feelings around, thinking that holding on to them is some form of justice or protection. But here's the Stoic truth. Letting go of negative emotions is one of the most freeing things you can do for yourself. Stoicism teaches that emotions are powerful, but we have the ability to control how we react to them. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." When we hold on to anger or resentment, we often end up suffering more from those emotions than the actual events that triggered them. The Stoics believe that we shouldn't let these emotions define us or hold us back. Instead, we can choose to release them, recognizing that they don't serve our peace or growth. Think about it. Have you ever felt weighed down by a grudge or unresolved anger? Maybe someone hurt you, and for a while you held on to that emotion, letting it simmer and fester. The more you cling to it, the more it takes up mental and emotional space that could be used for something better, like inner peace or personal growth. The Stoic approach is to acknowledge the feeling, understand where it's coming from, and then let it go. By letting go of negative emotions, you make room for more positive feelings like gratitude and calmness. You free yourself from the weight of the past and stop letting it control your present. It's not about ignoring your feelings. It's about recognizing that holding on to them doesn't change the past, but it does affect your future. Release what no longer serves you and watch how your life becomes lighter and more fulfilling. 6. The power of indifference. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by things that are completely out of your control? People's opinions, unexpected events, or things that don't directly affect you, but somehow still manage to bother you. Indifference, in the Stoic sense, isn't about being cold or uncaring. It's about learning to focus only on what truly matters and letting go of everything else. Stoic philosophy teaches us that we have the power to choose where to direct our energy, and that not everything requires a reaction. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The power of indifference lies in recognizing that much of what we stress over is simply not worth our time or emotional energy. It's about choosing not to let external factors, whether it's the weather, other people's behavior, or societal pressures, disturb our inner peace. Think about it. How often do we get upset over things that really have no bearing on our well-being? Maybe someone cuts in line, or someone makes an offhand comment. In those moments, instead of reacting with frustration or anger, a Stoic mindset encourages us to be indifferent to things that don't serve us. The ability to remain unmoved by the small, inconsequential things frees up our energy for the things that truly matter: our values, our goals, and our sense of peace. By practicing indifference to things outside of our control, we stop allowing them to take up space in our minds and hearts. We don't need to react to everything that comes our way, only to the things that align with our purpose and inner values. This doesn't mean we ignore the world around us. It simply means we choose to preserve our mental clarity by not letting trivial matters disturb our equilibrium. 7. Finding beauty in imperfection. In a world that constantly pushes us to strive for perfection, it's easy to feel frustrated when things don't go exactly as planned. Life is full of imperfections. Relationships aren't perfect. Our work is never flawless, and we ourselves are a mix of strengths and flaws. But here's the Stoic perspective. Imperfection is not something to be avoided or resisted. Instead, it's something to embrace, because it is through imperfection that we experience the fullness of life. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the fact that the world is full of imperfections, that everything, including people, is inherently flawed. He wrote, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." Stoicism teaches us that acceptance of imperfection, whether in ourselves, others, or the world around us, brings peace. By embracing the imperfections, we stop chasing an unattainable standard and start appreciating the beauty that exists in the present moment. 8. Practicing gratitude. In a world where we're constantly striving for more, it's easy to lose sight of the blessings we already have. The key to true peace and happiness isn't found in the pursuit of more wealth, more success, or more validation. It's found in gratitude, the practice of appreciating what's already in your life right here and now. Stoic philosophy teaches us that the foundation of contentment is not in accumulating things or accomplishments, but in recognizing the value of what we have. Seneca once said, "A grateful mind is a great mind, which eventually attracts to itself great things." Gratitude isn't just a nice feeling, it's a mindset and a practice that shapes how we experience life. By taking time each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for, no matter how small, you begin to shift your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant in your life. Think about it. When was the last time you paused to truly appreciate the simple things? Your health, your relationships, or even just a beautiful sunset? The Stoic approach encourages us to shift our attention away from complaints or desires and instead cultivate a mindset of thankfulness. Gratitude helps you to see beauty in everyday moments and recognize that happiness isn't something to chase, but something that already exists within your perspective. Practicing gratitude also has a profound effect on how you handle life's challenges. When you're grateful, you begin to see every experience as an opportunity for growth, rather than something to be avoided or resisted. Whether things are going well or not, gratitude helps you maintain a positive mindset and a sense of peace. So take a moment today to reflect on what you're grateful for and see how that simple practice changes your outlook. Gratitude isn't just about feeling good, it's about living with awareness and appreciation for the present moment. By making gratitude a regular part of your life, you open the door to more peace, joy, and fulfillment. 9. Becoming an unshakable force. Have you ever wondered how some people seem to handle life's challenges with such calm and composure? No matter what comes their way, they remain unshaken, grounded in their values and principles. In Stoic philosophy, the idea is not about avoiding challenges or living a life free of difficulty. It's about becoming an unshakable force in the face of adversity, maintaining your inner peace regardless of external circumstances. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This powerful reminder teaches us that our true strength lies in our ability to control how we respond, not in trying to control the world around us. When we embrace this mindset, we stop being tossed around by every little challenge or setback. Instead, we remain grounded in our own sense of purpose and clarity. Think about it. When life feels overwhelming or when someone challenges you, do you react with frustration or do you stay calm and centered? Becoming an unshakable force means choosing not to let external events dictate your emotions. It's about building your mental resilience so you can face any situation with a sense of calm and perspective.